Alright, this is round 2 of the Toys and Things September Regional Qualifiers event. If you didn't watch round 1, I know that of course there's this microphone and wire blocking part of the view in the lower left. I'm continuing to improve how I do things, and that won't be in future videos, but unfortunately it got into the shot for today. So, this is round 2. I won round 1. And round 2 here is against Travis, and it's one I'm quite nervous about, really. He's got the double Lothal with FCS and Auto Blaster turret, and the Gold Squadron with Auto Blaster turret. And of course we saw this, so we are local to New England, and Francois, who played at the finals at the Nationals with this list, is a local player. This is not Francois playing here, this is Travis, but it's the same list, but it's a local local known list, and I have however never faced off against it, so I was fairly nervous. I'm going into this with my OGP, Riot, Vessery, pretty standard PAL defenders, although I do put Crackshot and Mark II engines on my Vessery instead of Juke. And the primary reason for that is that a lot of people like to say that Vessery doesn't care about stress, but I beg to differ. That focus is really quite important for him, if not for offense, then definitely for defense. He relies on that quite heavily. Alright, so I've set up in the corner here, he's set up in the middle, and we've got a fair amount of garbage in the middle, but the outer areas of the board are all pretty clear. So he banks his ghosts in. I do my standard slow roll maneuver to start out, bump the shuttle after doing the one turn with Ryad, and he charges right in. I do the 3 maneuver with Ryad and acquire the target lock, and I believe Ryad is actually within range 1, so damage going in on his Lothal, but now he gets to shoot back at Ryad, and again Auto Blasters are in effect here, but fire control system is not yet being used. And he actually rolled a crit and a blank on his Auto Blaster turret, and I was able to evade it. So Ryad comes out unscathed from round 1 of combat. Meanwhile, I've taken 6 shields down on one of his Lothal rebels. He turns both of them over, he bumps with one, but he's after Ryad, so he's going for the aggressive attack here. Unfortunately, I bump with Riot as well, and because of the angle, sometimes you could get into range 2, but my Riot is in fact within range 1 of that, as you can see we just measured. So my Riot taking a bit of a drubbing on this turn. She's down to 2 hull, and that is something of a disaster for me. I only put through 3 more damage. Although I probably did, no, I didn't even really put out much damage onto his one that I did not bump. The Y-Wing now going through debris. I bump my shuttle in, and I was actually surprised about this. I expected him to try to bump his ghosts together. So I 3-turned Riot away. Now if he had bumped his ghosts, he would have had an Auto Blaster shot on me with well, with the rear ghost, with the rear VCX there. I'm able to move Vessery and barrel roll him out of range 1, so he does take some obstructed range 2 shots, but is able to evade those easily, and he does not have a shot on Ryad, so I am able to K-turn her, of course, in this upcoming turn that we are currently on dials for. And he K-turns his ghost. I turn my shuttle in onto debris, but that's okay. It was already stressed. Oh, sorry, there's a 2-turn, so that was just a double stress on it. And unsurprisingly, I K-turn my Vessery. And I've updated the overlay a little bit early, but on this turn I do believe I wipe out that K-turned Lothal rebel. Yep. And he gets some shots off. My Vessery takes a shield, but he's feeling pretty okay with that exchange. So now the tide is turning in my favor, I would say, somewhat. I'm happy to have the Palp Shuttle absorbing Auto Blaster shots. That doesn't really bother me at all. So once again, I'm able to barrel roll Vessery out of range 1. I give up the shot, but well worth it. At this point, I feel like I can bide my time. As I can just get into good positions, avoid those Auto Blaster turrets. Eventually, I can wear him down. And his gold squadron is now shieldless. And my overlay is wrong. He only has 1 shield remaining on the other Lothal Rebel. And damage going in on the Y-Wing from Riot and Vessery will take it off the board. And now I'm feeling very good about this. I've got, I believe, there was a range 1 shot. It may have been a range 2 shot from the shuttle, but lots of damage down now, and at this point I'm comfortable just moving the shuttle out of there. I don't really need to worry about the benefit of the Defender, although it looks like I did do a 3 maneuver with Riot. It did keep her in range 2, so that was quite perfect. And a bunch more damage. I put a question mark there on the overlay because I just couldn't count the number of cards he put down there, but at this point the Rebel not looking very good. And of course I bump here with both of my ships, figuring, you know what, I don't need to rush. I'm happy to take my time and take no damage. This is fortunately not the ship with Zeb on. Well, maybe not fortunately. I would get range 1 shots if it were the ship with Zeb and probably finish it off. K-turning there with Vessery and getting 3 more damage in. And he's counting through his damage cards. You can see there's quite a mess of them there. And again, I'm just very comfortable to take my time. He does the 5K, which is actually, I think, a little bit surprising. I did the 1 bank here, figuring on... Oh, but that was it. That was all it took. I still had him in arc from Vessery. He must have had about 1 hull remaining, and Vessery range 3 shot. Didn't take much. You've got Palpatine. You got to focus. You're probably going to get 2 hits. Alright, so that is game 2, or round 2 at Toys and Things in September. So I am now 2-0 going into round 3.